Welcome to Show Em The Dore, the only podcast where if they made a March Madness for podcasts,
we'd be a 15.
We'd be a 15. But you know what? There's something tempting about it.
Yeah.
But
you'd be looking at the bracket like,
what are you doing?
You look at the bracket and be like, there's one 15-2 upset every year.
It's like we're the Vermont of it. Like, they're going up against Duke.
We're the St. Peter's
Duke's
run.
cold.
Duke is cold.
You don't want to let us win, but we very well could. We may get 30-pieced by the whitest player you know.
Dude,
and that's Show Em The Dore, baby.
Show Em The Dore versus the New Heights podcast. Second round matchup, Paul George.
Dude, the dark horse for that would be Jeff Teague. He's rather funny.
But I think we could take it.
Those.
I think we could take it.
I don't know.
I think we could take it.
If we pulled our viewers,
I think we would have an 100% approval rate.
I think we go crazy. Hey, never mind.
Okay.
I was about to say things that do not belong on this podcast.
Sure.
It was about political polling.
Sure.
And I always do think, like, who are you polling? Because if it were me, I'd be conflicted because I'm like, one, I want to see that I'm winning. Poll the people that want me to win. But then I think, I'm a realist. I want to see what's actually happening.
Right.
You know, should I be working harder? So then I want to poll everybody. But if you were a poller, would you, like, if you were a pulley system, you know, would you see, like, the Fox News poll and go vote on that?
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't know how polling works. Is it online? Probably. I imagine a little tent. No, I didn't mean to say tent. Stand. Like the samples at a grocery store.
I think that at times people
but it says Fox News.
Poll specifically biased audiences to then make those graphics that other people will think. Like, people bandwagon political candidates.
Yeah, I did.
So, like...
People bandwagon?
That's what it's called. like I know bandwagon's like sport, but like if people are like, oh, Nikki Haley, though she's dropped out, I think, is like, she's the most popular candidate, then people are going to be like, okay, I guess she's the candidate. You know, even if it's not necessarily the case.
Barack Obama being the 16 Warriors
of
political candidates. Everybody got a jersey. Everybody shooting from far.
Yeah.
You know how it is. He changing it. I want to see his bracket, man.
I do as well, yeah.
You see who Dickie V picked?
No.
For like the third year in a row, Kentucky. Again. And that's how I know they're not going to win.
Awesome, baby.
Third year in a row. And they keep losing round one.
That's rough.
I love Dickie V.
That's rough, buddy.
He wrote another book.
But we have mainly baseball to talk about today, and some women's basketball. But we're kind of excluding the men's before they find a coach, other than the fact that Stack was fired. We haven't talked about that on the podcast, so maybe we will talk about men's basketball.
Yeah, we could really quickly because I did go to the game.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Good game, 75 cents.
Really?
Yeah, did I not tell you that?
It was 75 cents?
It was 82 with the little,
I was wondering why you guys were there.
It was me, Brooke, my dad, and Anthony.
Yeah, and it was just like a weird combo.
I meant to buy 2 seats for my dad and Anthony. Then my dad worked, so I'm like, I'll take Anthony. And I was like, I can bring Brooke too. So I hustle and get a third one. Didn't think it would work. It said, sold out. And I refreshed and it said, you got 1 seat. And I said, okay, perfect. Got 3. Went there and realized I've had a 4th seat all along. So I said, Dad, you got to get down here. So my dad went up there and he watched. He caught the
For
light.
82 cents?
For 82 cents.
62 cents.
And they didn't even pay me back. Or all the money in my pocket.
Me Venmo requesting 82 cents.
Mr. Krabs! Good game, though. We can blaze through that real quick if that's cool.
If you want, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, by all
I watched
means.
it, but you actually watched the game, so I'm going to let you analyze.
Was nice. I do think Eric Musselman is one of my least favorite individuals in the world.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because he just sucks,
He looks bad, too. He's ugly.
I hate him. He's like Mark Few if you boiled out all of what's good about him. You know? Like, it's Mark Few if
he drank
was
an
just
evil
a bad
potion.
person. You know?
Yeah, you hear what I said?
It's Mark Few minus that 1 DUI, and then plus all of the bad things about Arkansas as a state.
It's only Mark Few's DUI. That's Eric Musselman. Eric Musselman possessed Mark Few and got him a DUI.
They switch places.
Yeah.
Dude, Freaky Friday.
Mark Few.
Mark Few and Eric Musselman. Anthony's gonna be mad when he hears this.
On one of my shoulders, I have Mark Few. On one of the shoulders, I have Eric
crazy.
Musselman.
That's crazy.
But yeah, first half. Sorry, my bad.
First half was nice, dude. Like, it was good. We were up like 7, 8, 9, 10 or something. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah, I think we were up like 12. Cool.
So there's this family sitting in front of me, right? Red shirt, I assume Arkansas. Old dude and his 2 kids. Young girl, younger boy. And it's open seating. So, like, just general admittance. So we got close, 100 level, right up there. Probably like the 20th row because there's like 50 rows in the front.
Sure.
And so, like, you just sit anywhere. Big guy comes up with his family, right? A couple minutes to go into the first, like, there's only a couple minutes left in the half, right? He goes down and he says, y'all are in my seat, to the dude in front of us. And I say, interesting. So the dude's like, it's,
general admission.
Yeah, general admission. He's like, nah, you're in my seats. And he's like, it's general admission. He's like, but I bought these seats. And he's like,
look at your ticket.
It's general admission. He shows him the thing. And then he's like, pointing, reading, and he's like, don't touch my phone. So he's getting fuming. He's mad, right?
Sure.
And it's this big guy and this weird dude. And I'm like, this is crazy. I am of the opinion of, it's general admittance. But, like, if you bought the seat, let him sit in the seat he bought, dude. But my next thing was, why you show up, like, 2 minutes left in the half?
Yeah, you show up 50% in the game, you kind of give up that right.
No, it gets worse. Because they get mad at each other. He yells a little bit. He has a baby with him, right? He puts the baby down in the seat and then walks off to go talk to the usher. So his wife is there, awkwardly standing, looking at the dude who's now mad at him that they were just, like, yelling, with the baby sitting right next to the dude, just right there. And so the usher come down, he said, y'all gotta move. He's like, but it's general admittance. He's like, but he bought this seat, so you have to get out of here. And so he's mad. He walks away. You want a WKU shirt? What are you doing here, dude? Go watch your Big
They're like
Sky.
15 seed, aren't they?
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they're gonna lose. Boo!
So they get kicked out. This family sits there. They go somewhere at halftime, do something, right?
Never come back.
They never come back.
Really?
Yeah. These 2 guys with, like, lanyards come up, and they look at us and like, are these seats open? And I say, no. No. This guy came down. He was mad. He kicked some people out these seats to get him. And he's like, okay. They sit down anyways. So I'm like, huh? This is going to be bad. But I'm like, these guys are like, they seem normal. They can talk to the dude. And then they get up to go almost at the end of the halftime. And these old people, Kentucky fans, are like, are these seats open? And the guys go, yup. And I'm like, oh no, this dude's about to come back and beat these old people.
They're like, didn't we talk about this? Why'd you age 40 years?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? So I thought, it's about to go down. Stupid lady walks up to me, different person, Arkansas lady. These are my seats. So we all moved to the 300 level. We sat there for the rest of the game. So, mad at her. She ended up leaving at halftime, or just after the game, too. So I'm like, y'all all stupid. Kicked me out of my seat just to watch the last 20 minutes of basketball. 25. Second half was not great. We started losing, right? 2-point game. Season on the line. You know who has the ball. It's Ezra. It's always been Ezra. Comes down with it. Shoots from about like 15-ish, just off the free throw line. Rises up above a guy who's a good foot taller than him. Let's note. Craziest shot I've ever seen. He should not be taking these. Drains it at the buzzer.
Yeah, he walked up.
Craziest thing.
At that point, like, the whole half had been going against us.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
right then, I'm like, we're going to kill them.
I was like, dude, in overtime, we're going to go nuts.
Over.
Yeah.
And then we sucked in overtime.
Yeah, then we were
like
terrible.
5.
Yep, that was bad.
And it's over.
Yeah.
And then we fired Stack. And you know what? I'll say who I want us to get.
Yep.
And I'll say who, for some reason, I can't imagine not getting. And I hate it. I want Will Wade. Do you know what he's doing with McNeese State? They have 30 wins. They have 7 players shooting above 40% from 3. That's crazy.
That is.
He's a good coach.
Yeah.
He's a good coach.
What did he do?
It was just recruiting violations.
Oh, okay.
Like, it wasn't anything bad. Tennessee's done worse.
Yeah, I'm from Knoxville. I think I care about recruiting
you
violations.
Tennessee, like, sued the state or something. Or they sued the NCAA.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We'll take Will Wade, right?
Yeah.
I would love that. For some reason, I envision us hiring Juwan Howard.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to hire Juwan Howard.
I can't imagine us hiring anybody else.
I don't think we're going to hire Juwan Howard. I don't know who we are going to hire.
I'd never watch basketball again. He sucks.
Yeah, he does. I think
terrible.
that there is no way. Is McNeese State in the tournament?
Yeah.
Actually, that's a realistic option. Because I think that we would have
30 wins.
We would have hired somebody, or at least been like linked to like heavily to people by now, if they weren't in the tournament.
Yeah.
So like I would see it.
I would like that a lot.
I think we'd be a good team.
I would like that a lot.
Dude, that would mean that 2 of the 3 teams would probably be decent.
I know, isn't that crazy?
I don't think
Who's the third team? Football?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think football's gonna be that great.
No, I mean, but it's a process, and I'm okay with Clark for one more year until I'm calling for his head.
Yeah, I don't know if what he has done deserved another year.
Here's the thing. My judgment of him is clouded by the fact that he followed up one of the worst coaches I've ever seen coach anything ever.
Yeah, that's true.
I could run a program better than Derek Mason, and I say that with the full confidence of someone who's never played football.
Yeah.
Derek Mason didn't run a good program. He didn't run a program. He ran like a middle school team, you know? And so Clark Lee comes in and gives us a standard, a very low standard, but it's a standard nonetheless, so he looks great. Fire him and get a real coach, and then, you know, now that we have a little standard under our belt, we can actually win.
Dude.
We get a good coach.
Pull Nick Saban out of retirement.
Pull Nick Saban, Bill Belichick at OC.
Do you ever
Honestly,
think,
it's
like,
not that difficult.
Like, I know that Nick Saban just wants to be like retired, but do you think like he ever wants to be like
A challenge? Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
think
just
he's
like.
ever thought?
Do you think that he could bring
Man,
Vanderbilt a championship?
Have you seen the tweet where it's like, do you wonder if Jay-Z ever goes out to try and sell crack at night to see if he still got it?
Yeah, like I wonder.
Do you think he thinks like? I wonder if I could do that.
Do you think that Nick Saban could bring Vanderbilt a championship within 5 years?
5 years, yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
4 years, I think, is it. Like, you need guys. You need
The thing
seniors
is like he hasn't won a championship at Alabama the past 3 years, 4 years, and that's with like a dead. Like if this was 2012, he could win it year 2, but like this isn't that time anymore.
Yeah, no, actually. Okay, how long would it take him to make the college football playoffs?
3 years.
With like a 12 game?
Yeah,
yeah,
with a 12-team playoff. I think
making it. Yeah.
Because the thing is we have to consider the fact that as soon as he gets on campus, we're getting a mass transfer from like
everywhere.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I would want to be one of the ones being like, yeah, I'll follow Nick Saban at Vanderbilt. Win a little something for those poor kids.
Yeah. Lord knows we need it.
Yeah, he could do that for sure.
But
the season's over.
Yeah, it's done.
If you are a good basketball coach, perhaps coach, you know, a team or two in your day. I really just don't know, like, who else we would hire.
People are saying, like, Chris Mack.
Chris Mack from,
I don't know. I don't know any of these people, really.
I don't want to say Texas Tech for some reason, but that can't be right.
I don't really follow college basketball like that.
I mean, I would like to see someone in, like, Todd Golden. I would like to see someone in.
You mean the guy at Florida? Right?
Yeah, I like Todd Golden. I want to see someone young, you know?
Dude, I wish that we had the coaching cycle where we hired the guy that's at Arizona from Gonzaga.
Oh, Tommy Lloyd?
If we had Tommy Lloyd, we'd be a good team.
Tommy Lloyd's a crazy good coach.
Gonzaga stopped being good after that.
Yeah.
They stopped being elite. They were still a good team.
First round matchup is Tommy Lloyd, longtime Gonzaga associate head coach, versus Dan Munson.
Yes.
The head coach just before Mark Few.
Yep.
You know they fired him? Long Beach State, Dan Munson's school, fired him 5 days before he made it into the tournament. So they fired him. He kept on coaching throughout the conference tournament and made it to the NCAA tournament. And he's like,
I think they'll win.
are you kidding me?
Imagine being more motivated than that.
Arizona lost in the first round of the Pac-12. Well, I don't think Dan Munson's a good coach by any means.
We'll get to the bracket. We'll get to the bracket. So, women's basketball. We lost in the SEC tournament.
To Florida again.
We
talked about that years ago.
We were fine. But on Selection Sunday, we are in.
We're in.
It is the first time that we have been on Vanderbilt's campus that somebody has gotten
Young Gravy?
that one of our teams in basketball has gotten into the big dance.
The big dance.
We are an 11 seed where we have to play in tomorrow versus Columbia. In order to have a first round matchup with. I don't remember. It's an 11v7, isn't it?
Yes.
No. 11v6?
11-6, because it's 12-5.
Yeah. We can do it.
Are you kidding me?
Like, I don't know, but first things first, we have to win tomorrow. First things first on the realist. We are in Blacksburg, Virginia for that game. I know people that are going.
Where?
Blacksburg, Virginia.
Crazy.
Okay.
Crazy.
And we should show as much support as possible. I think it's tomorrow on ESPNU.
I think that is the epitome of success for the program right now.
Yeah.
It's like year 2, maybe 3. Yeah, 3. Into the tournament. Sure, we're playing in. Into the tournament. We're one of the 68.
I hate that 11 seeds play in.
I know. And
it should be all 16 seeds.
It should be 16.
Yes. I have no idea. Like, why? If I'm having to play to get here, why am I an 11 seed?
What I don't understand is they do that to conference champions. You got an automatic bid. You shouldn't have to play in.
Yeah. No, if I have an auto bid.
You should get a guaranteed first round game. You shouldn't be a first 4 team.
I don't know if I like the first 4 in general.
I don't think I do either. It's like the NBA plan. No, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, I don't think I like the first 4.
Nobody wants to do that. The teams that shouldn't make it don't want to be there.
Yeah.
You think LeBron's going to really, like, plan the plan?
I mean, yeah.
You think
probably.
Steph Curry's really going to, like, They want to go home and play golf. LeBron wants to go shop for new teammates.
Vandy plays tomorrow. I'll be watching with bated breath.
What time's the game?
I think it's 6 Eastern. Let me make sure.
I'll be watching a bit of it then.
I will try to watch as much of it as possible. Yeah. Why did I get on Instagram? I'm a bozo.
You see Drew Timmy's bracket?
No.
March Madness posted his bracket, and he had Boise State / Colorado going pretty far.
It's 8 p.m. Central.
Oh, that's crazy.
What?
I'll be watching it.
I think it's because it's right after the 6 p.m. game of Presbyterian and Sacred Heart.
That makes sense. Sacred Heart.
Wait, no, it's... Yes. Yeah.
Presbyterian and then Sacred Heart.
We would
that's like...
If we won that, I think we'd have to go to Portland for the other game.
Jeez, from Virginia?
Yeah.
When would that be?
In the next couple days after that, I think.
We're getting cooked. That's crazy.
Matchup predictor, they have Columbia winning.
We have a 48% chance, though.
Yeah, but
that's cool. How many wins is Columbia?
23. They're 23-6, but they're in the Ivy League.
Yeah, they're playing against nobody.
Like, yeah,
we played
thank God they beat Harvard by 2. Like, okay. They've only played. They only play like 6 games a month. It's really odd.
Hey, that's something.
And then I guess they don't really lose, but like, when was Princeton was ranked at some point? Princeton beat them by 15. Jeez. Anyway, we're gonna beat them. It's gonna be fine. But so then on to the main course. Baseball. We've had technically 7 games, but the first 4 kind of don't matter.
Yeah.
We played Illinois State. We beat the heck out of them. All our pitchers looked good.
Is the
Redbirds? No. Yes.
I actually have no idea. I think you're right.
They are a red bird. I just don't know. It's definitely not the Cardinals.
No.
I think it is the Redbirds.
That's stupid. I don't like that at all.
Let me make sure of that.
Illinois State.
It was interesting because
Illinois is not a state.
the state of Tennessee took on the state of Illinois that week because Tennessee had a weekend series versus Illinois.
Oh.
We had a weekend series versus Illinois State.
What about Belmont?
All right,
Are
bro.
they not included?
Um,
Memphis doesn't count as Tennessee.
Illinois State. Okay, how about mascot? The Reggie Redbird. Yeah. Okay. There he is.
Look at that boy.
The issue, the only thing of all those games is so like first game Carter Holton pitched amazing for 6 innings. Grayson Carter had a bad outing, and we ended up winning like 13-6. Second game, Bryce Cunningham went through 8 innings, and threw like 14 strikeouts. Third game, Futrell threw a complete game shutout.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? They're firing. It's
Like,
over.
but the thing is, I'm sitting here, I'm like, why are we throwing Futrell 120 pitches before SEC play?
That's what I'm saying. Like I
get it.
It does bring me great joy to watch them go 8 and complete game.
Yeah. But like save it for next week.
What, week 3?
Yeah.
This is our third series, fourth series.
Fourth. Yeah, because I think.
Yep. That shouldn't happen, I'll be honest.
I'm just sitting here, I'm like, I don't know how much I love
I
it.
like that. And I love to hear that they killed it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
But like it's hard.
We got bigger fish to fry than
Illinois State.
Illinois State.
Especially when you're up like 7-0. Like throw like yeah, go after like the 6th or 7th and then don't ever put in. But so then what happened is JD Thompson pitched versus Indiana, and JD Thompson actually had his first not great outing of the year. He went like 4 only. Which is odd. JD Thompson has gone at least 6 in like all of his outings.
Yeah, that was something.
But we had a really good pitching performance from somebody. It wasn't Dutkanich because we put him in and he had a really good inning, and then he actually went out, and on an injury kind of basis. He's still being evaluated apparently, and Chris Maldonado's out for the year.
What? Why?
Some of his shoulder.
That's devastating.
I mean, we haven't really played with him this season. I think man has recorded 1 hit this season.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
Probably because his shoulder fell off.
That's true. But it was interesting because Dutkanich threw a pitch, and then Logan Poteet stood up and just like called the trainer over. Dutkanich didn't react at all. He was getting ready to throw another pitch, and then they took him out. And then he hasn't pitched since, of course. But I don't really. I hope he's okay. You know, that would be.
That pitch was so bad. You better be dying.
The issue is it was a strike.
That's crazy.
They put in Sam Leboki after that. Leboki inherited an 0-2 count. Like it was. He immediately gave up 4 runs. I'm just kidding. I'm sitting here and I'm like, that's so odd. And we haven't confirmed or denied like what's going on with him. Last year when he got injured, it was a big hamstring injury. And so I hope, but the way that like they were meant, like the only thing that they showed on replay was like he did this with his hand a second after, and so I guess it's more like this because he's a righty. But they're like, I mean, if he has like nerve damage or something wrong with his arm, like that's a much bigger problem than like a hammy. And so I hope that he's okay. I hope that we don't know yet, so that kind of sucks.
And it's been a while.
Yeah, but I saw him like in the dugout. I don't know. It's just interesting. Like he was chilling, talking with all the other pitchers. He didn't look particularly injured.
They're just waiting for his arm to fall off.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we beat Indiana. We're on a 13-game winning streak right now. But so then the interesting thing is we go into the game versus Auburn. And so the first game, we have Carter Holton pitch. He is the only one who didn't have like a really insanely like long weekend the week before. And so he went like 6 innings of like 1 or 2 run baseball.
Yep.
Like it was a peak Carter Holton performance.
Yeah.
Like the thing is I think I saw a stat from Arya Gerson that it was like the highest the average exit velocity on Carter Holton like runs batted in is like 62 miles per hour, They're just like weird things that are somehow placed in like the right space.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like you'll see some stuff like that if like you watch like the highlights of his games. But he was on. It's interesting because in all 3 games Auburn scored in the first inning, and then like almost didn't score for the rest of the game in a lot of them. But we had him, and then I think we brought in Miller Green, maybe.
Miller Green.
No, I'm sorry. We brought in Brennan Cyber, who was another freshman.
Yep.
We actually run ruled them in 7.
That's rough.
So yeah, like Carter Holton pitched 6, and then Brennan Cyber comes in, pitched 1 inning.
What we haven't taken into consideration when doing the pitching math is that we wouldn't need to play 9 innings.
That's
I did
true.
forget about that.
But normally we don't run rule them. But that day we were just. The thing is it's interesting because it's I think the best I've ever seen Vanderbilt's offense. And it's
that day or this year.
I'm saying this season as a whole. And it's because it's like we've gone away from trying to be like anybody else. Like we already weren't, but it felt like what we were trying to do was similar to like a Florida, where it's like, yeah, we have a couple guys like when we had Enrique, we're like, yeah, they're trying to get on base or whatever, but most of us are swinging for the fences because objectively, it's kind of like how like the 3-point revolution is the thing.
Yeah.
Like hitting a home run is the most valuable thing you can do in baseball. Point blank, period. But like we have some guys with power, like Espinal has power, Leneve has power. If Holcomb could ever make contact with the ball, he has power. Vastine has power. But we've decided that this season we're going to become a double team. And I think we lead the nation, at least the SEC, in doubles.
Yeah.
Like we're just playing contact gap offense. And then we're getting on base and using our speed. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. It's if somebody's cold, you have 7 other guys who aren't, and they're just gonna hit singles, steal bases, get doubles, and get you in.
It's not the archetype we usually play with.
The thing is, it's the right players for the archetype.
So
we just never play with
better.
Yeah.
When it's
And so we've scored a lot of runs. Like I think in the games versus Auburn, Auburn is a top 20 team to be clear. We scored, I think, on average 9 runs a game. And so we ruled him in the first game. In comes Bryce Cunningham. Bryce Cunningham has a worse day than Carter Holton, but not a bad day overall. Mm-hmm. And again, he lets up runs. He scored in the first inning every single time. The thing about Auburn, their top 4 hitters are really good.
Yeah.
The rest of their lineup is kind of mid. Yeah, it's kind of mid. It's interesting, though, because they have a guy named Derek Fabian on the team. It's their third baseman. And he used to be a Florida third baseman. And he had like a lot of stuff going for him. I thought he was going to be really, really good. And he's been kind of mid for Auburn this year. He was brother of former Florida center fielder Judd Fabian. Judd, who was a first-round pick.
Judd. First-round pick, okay.
Yeah. Florida's had some good outfielders, him and Wyatt Langford.
Judd.
Yeah, his name is Judd.
Judd.
And so, anyway, so it was second game, Bryce Cunningham pitches. He pitches pretty well. We don't run rule him, but we get like a big lead. And we just kind of, I think, throw in like Miller Green or somebody like that.
Miller Green.
The Miller Green. He's just like...
The mean green Miller machine.
What's really, really cool, I think, is that we only go to freshmen out of the pen right now.
I like that.
Like, we legitimately, it's like we have our starters, and then like the guys that we trust the most are Miller Green, Brennan Cyber, I would say Ethan McIlvain, but he's actually starting now. I'm trying, like, I guess we go to Grayson Carter as well, who is not a freshman, but he's a sophomore.
Miller Green, baby.
Oh, is that him? That's funny. But yeah, I'm actually gonna look at. I'm gonna look at the games, because I want to make sure I'm saying all this right. But they were they were fun games to watch. The game Sunday I didn't get to see a lot of because of the fact I was driving here.
Yeah.
But I watched the highlight video. And Fitrell had a bad day. He essentially okay. I also lied. The first game went to 8 innings. We beat them 11-1, and Carter Holton must have gone 7 innings, which is even better.
Yeah, there we go.
We beat Auburn 13-5 in the second game, where like we scored like 4 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 8th, where like they just couldn't keep up. Yeah. Oh yeah. So Bryce Cunningham went 5, allowing 3 runs. Miller Green went 1.2, where he gave up 2 runs. It wasn't his best. And then it was Alex Kranzler finished that inning. And then Ryan Ginther came in for 2 innings. Overall, like the thing is like we had good pitching in the first game, but the second game and third game, like I mean, our pitching was kind of mid. Like Futrell had a bad day. I think he gave up like 5 runs in like 5 innings, which I mean, I guess isn't terrible. But yeah, it's not Devin Futrell.
There's a standard.
And we were down for like a lot of the game. And then like the 6th inning came, we had Grayson Carter come in. And Grayson Carter,
I love Grayson Carter.
He threw 3 shutout.
Dude, both of the Graysons. I loved them.
I like Grayson Moore a lot whenever he was on the team.
Yeah.
Grayson Carter seems very hit or miss. But he was hitting on all cylinders versus Auburn. And he had 3 scoreless. He got into a little bit of a jam at the end of his inning. But Espinal made one of the best plays I've ever seen a catcher make, where it was a 3rd strike, but it was like a wild pitch 3rd strike. The guy swung and it got like beneath Espinal's glove, and you see Espy like rip off the mask, sprint to the backstop, and throw a laser from the backstop to first and got him out there.
That's insane.
It was so dope. And that was the 3rd out of the inning, and then we brought in Ryan Ginther to pitch the 9th, who after pitching 2 innings the day before, and he got 2 strikeouts and then a walk and then a flyout. So the only issue that I have is like I really want Dutkanich to be okay. Yeah. I think if Dutkanich can ever come out of the pen ever, like I think that he is like the one piece that makes this pitching staff elite.
Yeah.
Because with the people that we have, I'm beginning to trust all of them in their roles. But I also have to believe that one of them, and it's probably Cunningham or Futrell, is going to have an off day.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to trust somebody like Dutkanich to come in and give you like 3-4 fireman innings where he just stops offense.
Fireman innings.
That's what they're called. Yeah. And I don't know how much, like, the only other person that I would trust to do that is J.D. Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why we're actually starting McIlvain today.
Yeah.
Because Ethan McIlvain hasn't pitched in the last 2 weeks. And it's not because he's not good. I think it's just because like we're like, oh, we're going to save this bullet for when we really need him.
Yeah.
And then we didn't really ever need him.
That's fair.
And so I think he's going to start today so that J.D. Thompson then moves to the pen and becomes that fireman guy while we're also getting a starter trained in Ethan McIlvain.
Yeah.
Which I think it's a great move. I think it's a great move.
Yeah. Successful baseball.
It's interesting because we're doing all this down starters. Like, as much as I don't like Jack Bulger still, he was hitting like the highest average on the team at the time that he went down.
I did forget about that.
And then he's coming in pinch and he's looked terrible. That's a different story.
But you know who's just crazy?
Who?
Alan Espinal.
He is going so nuts.
615.
Yeah, for that week.
10 hits, a home run.
He's hitting 400 on the season, barring I haven't looked at the Belmont stats yet. But he's hitting, like, you know, how many people do you think we have right now in our starting lineup that hits under 300?
If I had to guess, I'd say 2.
You'd be wrong.
1.
Yep. Do you know who it is?
Braden Holcomb.
Nope. No. He's not in our starting lineup.
Oh.
I'm talking about the weekend. The weekend starting lineup is, I will name them in order. A DH of, I'll do the field then the DH. Catcher, Espinal. First base, Austin. Second base, Davis. Shortstop, Vastine. Third base, Diaz. Right field, Polk. Center field, Hewitt. Left field, Leneve. DH, Kojal. That's who I'm getting. No.
Diaz.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
And he's batting .285.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. And to be clear, in the past two,
SEC play?
In the past two,
come on,
we were in SEC play.
Really?
We played Auburn this past weekend.
How long is the before SEC play? Like 2 weeks?
What?
Before SEC play?
Like a month?
Month flew by.
Yeah.
I did forget it's almost April.
Yeah. No, Diaz, and also in the past 2 weeks, Diaz is hitting like 370.
Oh my gosh, dude.
He started off terribly, but
he's regressing to the mean, and his mean is really high.
His mean is like a 300 hitter.
That's insane.
It's not a very clutch 300 hitter, but it's a 300 hitter.
But it's 3 out of every 10.
Here's the only thing that I wish we would do. So we have RJ Austin leading off, which I absolutely love, because you want a guy with speed on the bases to start.
Yeah.
I want Jaden Davis to be our 2-hole instead of our 6-hole hitter.
Yeah.
Right now we have Davis Diaz as our 2-hole hitter, and Diaz has done a good job, but Jaden Davis just gets the ball in play.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've seen this guy strike out more than once. Like, he's grounded out and he's flew out, but like he's also going crazy. Like, his average must be at like almost 350 at this point. But he just like, even when he gets behind and counts, because he has a little leg kick, and I talked to Connor Campbell about this. He has a little leg kick when he swings. Even if he gets down and counts, he has so much, like, he has elite bat control.
Yeah.
And so he'll just foul off pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch. And then he'll either get a random hit through a random, like, ground hole, or he'll walk on, like, a 13-pitch at bat.
You love to see that.
He is the perfect 2-hole hitter.
That's baseball.
And it is genuinely so impressive, and I would rather switch them. And I think that if our first 4 were Austin, Davis, Azzinnaro, and then, I mean, 4th, so when Kojal comes back healthy, what we did is we would go Austin, we actually had Diaz, but for my instance, I'm saying Davis, Kojal, Espinal.
Yeah.
That is, like, in my opinion, like, the best 4 that can go right there. And now, if Kojal's still hurt, I want it to go Austin, Davis, Espy, Lanieve.
Yeah, that's good.
Which I think is fine. Yeah. But we'll see.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
What success?
Right now we're playing Belmont at First Horizon. I think it's a charity game. So we should probably go on.
What charity
support
do
the
you think
troops.
it's for?
I don't know.
Troops.
Yeah, I don't know.
Made that
Miggy is Miggy is texting me about the game. He just texted me, man, Laboki's in. Which is hilarious, objectively. But, overall, we're just looking to extend our win streak moving forward. This weekend we play at South Carolina, who I think just lost the series. I think they got swept, maybe.
It's embarrassing.
Let me look at that. But South Carolina is home of former Vanderbilt Commodores who bat directly next to each other in order. Gavin Casas at first base and Parker Nolan.
I forgot about Gavin. He was okay. He was never great.
Yeah.
I don't miss him all that much.
The thing is he was really good before he got hurt that season.
Yeah. But I don't know if I believe it.
Yeah.
I miss Parker. He was a good dude.
Parker's a great guy. I have nothing against Parker at all.
Santa Clara? Oh, no, it's South Carolina. It's just stupid.
So let's see. Who was there? Oh, they lost they got swept by Ole Miss.
Not even.
No, I'm sorry. They won the 3rd game. But Ole Miss is not a good team. They scored 5, 3, and 6 runs respectively
20
against a
number 20 in the nation.
I thought you were adding those up, and I'm like,
I
what?
also thought that in my head, and I thought, if Chris doesn't say something about this, Brooke's gonna text me and be like, "What are you talking about?"
But
they're number 20 in the nation. I was not doing that math. What was the math?
It was like 5, 3, 6. I was like, Willem, no. But they did that against they did that against Ole Miss pitching, which is not nearly to the caliber of Vanderbilt.
Yeah, if I had to rank the calibers, they're not even close.
Yeah, and so I
am a caliber kind of guy.
It is in Columbia, which is always hard going on the road in the SEC. I imagine they'll probably get a game.
Yeah.
But I think we should win at least 2. It would be really big to win all 3. Because the race is to get to 17, 18 SEC wins to get a national seed. I'm going to tell you who our Vandy opponents are, because it gets really bad really quick. Like, we go down, we play Auburn and South Carolina, which are a winnable series. And Missouri, very winnable series. They're terrible. We should get 9. I hope we have 9 through that.
Yeah.
To LSU.
Crazy. That's going to be rough.
At number 4, Texas A&M. Versus Florida, number 8. Versus Mississippi State, who just took down LSU.
Yeah, let's note.
Which we should win that series, though.
Yeah.
At Georgia. Georgia is a series we should win. With that being said, they do have the nation's home run hitter on it, leading home run hitter, named Charlie Condon. And then versus Tennessee.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Dude,
they're actually up to number 8.
Crazy.
Yeah. But, like, thinking about it, like, we have 3 SEC wins already. We're going to get 3 versus Missouri because they're terrible.
Yeah.
I hope we get at least 7 and 8 versus South Carolina. I really hope we get 1 versus LSU because it's in Baton Rouge, and LSU's a really good team. If we win that series, like, oh my gosh. But, like, say we get 9 through LSU, 10 at Texas A&M. I really hope we get 11 and 12 because Florida's here.
Yeah.
13-14 at least. 15-16.
Steal 1-17.
Oh, and then we have Kentucky. Never mind. We have 18.
That's crazy.
We have 18. Kentucky's a top 25 team, though. Like on D1 baseball, had them as I guess they have them ranked right now at 27.
Yeah.
They were like one of the people that just got out.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, like, I mean, like, the easiest one we have is at Missouri in 2 weeks. But then after that, it's top 10 team, top 10 team, top 10 team, break, top 10 team, break.
Tricky.
And, yeah, the buzzsaw 3-week stretch of LSU, Texas A&M, Florida is insane. Like, we're going to be lucky to, like, if we win 2 out of the 3 of those series, I'll think we're winning the championship.
Yeah, we very well could.
If we get somehow 5 wins out of those games, of the 9, if we have a winning record in those 9 games, there's a chance I think we're winning the championship.
Yeah, if we get 5.
If we get 4, I might think.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Because these aren't teams you'll see in regionals, super regionals. These are
Omaha teams.
You've only got to beat these guys like twice to win the national championship.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, actually, yes. That is entirely
You
right.
only got to win 2 of these 3 series and you're a national champion.
And, like, we can do it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Florida and Texas A&M had an absolute bloodbath of a series this week.
Yeah.
I think Florida ended up winning 2-1. But, like, they're both great teams. LSU, I think, is a little fraudulent, and it's just because their bullpen kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Their Friday night
What do they
starter,
still have Christian Little?
Yes.
There we go. Problem solved.
Their Friday night
winning by 10.
Their Friday night starter might be the best pitcher in baseball. Like, that's not true. That's the Arkansas pitcher. Arkansas's starting pitcher is a guy named Hagen Smith. Friday night.
Hagen Smith?
He pitched a complete game versus Oklahoma State with 19 strikeouts.
Remind me, Chris, how many outs are in a game?
27. It was insane. Actually, I don't even know if he went the complete game. Like, let me.
Oh my gosh. That shouldn't happen. Wow.
If he went, I'm sorry, it was 17.
Still.
And it was against Oregon, so not Oklahoma.
That's only 1 out an inning.
But to be clear,
that's not a strikeout.
To be clear, Oregon State is a better team than Oklahoma State. Oregon State right now is the number 2 ranked team in the nation.
Oregon State's a perennial.
Yeah, it was during
team.
them. I'm sorry. He struck out guys 17 times and 0 runs in 6 frames. Of the 18 outs he recorded, 17 were via the strikeouts. Walked 1 guy, gave up 3 singles. 17 via the K. He faced, hold on, 22 batters. Of the minimum he needed to face was 18.
That's kind of unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow. Who does he play for?
Arkansas.
When do we play them?
We don't.
Let's go.
Right, in the regular season.
Good news.
In the regular season, we do not.
Omaha, baby.
The thing is like after them, they fall off like a little bit. Like they become beatable after Hagen Smith.
Well, yeah, but
Hagen Smith is.
Let's hit that transfer portal, baby.
The thing is we beat LSU. I think LSU low-key of the LSU Florida at Texas A&M, I think they're the most beatable
team.
The thing is if we can get to LSU's bullpen early, we win that series, we could sweep them.
It's in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, but like if we can just
we're taking 2 at least.
If we can get to the bullpen, I think we sweep.
Yeah.
The issue is that if we go cold and we let their pitchers just go deep into games,
you don't like if they don't.
Like I want to see Christian Little pitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we end this podcast, I haven't made a bracket yet, and so Willem and I are going to talk through my bracket. Where is...
I did not read that name right. I thought they said Molly. I'm like, you don't know a Molly.
Hold on.
I keep tabs.
This is the app, right?
Yeah. Tournament Challenge.
I don't think I've re-downloaded it since last year. All right, I'm going to do it on your phone. So this is my bracket. UConn versus Stetson. I'm taking UConn.
Stetson Bennett.
FAU Northwestern. Taking Northwestern.
Yeah, there you go.
UAB versus San Diego State. I like the 5-12 matchups for 12, San Diego State. Auburn, Yale, Auburn. 6 BYU, Decan. Illinois State, Moorhead. I'm sorry, Illinois, Moorhead State. Illinois. Washington, Drake. Iowa State, South Dakota State. Iowa State. North Carolina is going to win their first round.
Yeah.
Mississippi State, I think, is actually going on a crazy run this year. I might have them beat North Carolina. We'll see. St. Mary's, Grand Canyon.
Yep.
Alabama, Charleston, Alabama. New Mexico over Clemson. Baylor over Colgate. Dayton over Nevada. Arizona over Long Beach State. Despite, I think that'll be a closer game than people think.
Despite a crazy game.
Houston over Longwood. Nebraska over Texas A&M. Have you seen the guy at Nebraska that's like crazy?
No, but that's a good pick.
I'll take James Madden. Yeah, I'll take.
Wisconsin just beat Purdue.
I don't care.
Fair enough. Man.
I'm taking James Madison over Wisconsin.
James Madison's a pretty good team.
I'm taking Duke over Vermont. I'm taking Texas Tech over. I'm taking NC State. They just won the ACC. They just
beat Duke, North Carolina 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, I'll take Kentucky over Oakland though.
Yeah.
I'll take Boise or Colorado over Florida though. I don't think Florida's a very good team.
Florida made it to the SEC championship somehow.
Yeah, it was the easiest SEC championship. I'm taking Marquette because they're getting their star point guard back.
Dude, Marquette's real.
Yeah, but they lost some people. Just kidding. I'm taking Purdue over whoever the heck they play against.
Grambling, perhaps?
Yeah, Grambling or Mountain State.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know. I'm going to take TCU over Utah State.
Statistically good choice. Crazy matchup.
I'm going to tell you right now I'm not picking Gonzaga.
McNeese State, if there's ever a time
I don't think Gonzaga's a great
to lose
team.
First one. Here's the thing, dude. If we beat McNeese State, we're going to the Elite Eight. But I don't know if we'll beat McNeese State because they have 30 wins and they shoot 40% from the three.
Yeah,
I don't think they're a super fast team, so like they're definitely stoppable.
I think this is a 12-13 matchup where Sanford beats Kansas.
Sucks.
Are they getting Hunter Dickinson back?
No, they're one of the coldest teams in basketball.
Yeah,
they've lost like 6 of their last 8.
And like to be real, that's probably the reason why I should take Sanford. But I think McNeese State is going to be they're going to be a sweetheart this year.
Yeah.
It might be just McNeese, not McNeese State.
It's McNeese.
I'm taking Oregon over South Carolina.
South Carolina's a good team, but
I don't think they're that
good.
I think Creighton's a decent team.
I got Creighton going far.
I don't think Creighton's a great team though.
They're not a great team, but like they got to beat Oregon.
Yeah.
McNeese.
I'll take Texas. I think they'll beat probably Colorado State.
Yeah.
Because I think Colorado State's gonna beat Virginia, and I'm gonna take Tennessee over St. Peter's.
St. Peter's sucks. They don't even have a good coach.
I like UConn a lot. I'm keeping UConn.
Yeah, I think they'll make it Final Four championship.
I'm gonna take Auburn because I think Jamari Broom or whatever his name, Jamai Broom is really good.
Auburn's a great team, phenomenal team.
I kind of like Decan.
It's Duquesne.
Duquesne.
Learned that today. Never in my life have I been able to pronounce that.
Duquesne. I think Illinois is a little fraudulent.
Illinois is an okay team. They're solid. They just won the Big 12.
I also do feel bad going. It's not realistic for me to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you gotta get somebody out. Yeah.
North Carolina is a really good team though.
Yeah.
I say Grand Canyon goes. I don't think Alabama's that good.
Alabama sucks. They're too fast.
New Mexico goes.
New Mexico's a good team.
Arizona goes over Dayton.
Yeah, Dayton sucks.
Moving. I think this is a really close game, but I think Houston wins.
Yeah.
I think James Madison beats Duke.
Duke sucks.
James Madison's going on a run, to be clear.
Duke sucks. And James Madison's just crazy.
I think this is where Kentucky loses.
NC State's one of the better teams.
I think Marquette goes far, though.
Yeah, Marquette's one of the best teams in the nation. Do you take the really low statistical probability that a 9 beats a 1?
I just don't.
Purdue sucks.
Purdue, if Zach Edey is, not...
I don't even care if he does super
Purdue,
well. They're just
Purdue.
not that good.
Purdue
They have
wins
Matt
that.
Painter, and he's okay.
McNeese. I think McNeese is going to beat him, though.
Yeah,
I think McNeese will go to the...
Crazy.
I don't think Green's that good, but I think they're better than Oregon.
Yeah.
And I think this is the year Tennessee makes it to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, not going to win anything beyond that.
UConn goes... I don't really think Iowa State's very good.
Duquesne.
I'm taking Duquesne to the Elite Eight.
Duquesne to the Elite Eight is insane.
Let me look at who I'm picking them over. Definitely there.
If there's a time, it's Iowa State. If there's a time, it's Iowa State.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
But that's 1-2.
Yeah,
But
I'm taking New Mexico.
Yeah, Arizona kind of is not good.
I've heard New Mexico's really good.
New Mexico is pretty solid, yeah, the Lobos.
Is Houston really that good?
No, they just got dog walked by Iowa State. Bless you.
Okay, I'm taking James Madison. And I'm taking NC. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a good team, dude.
I'm seeing an 11-12 matchup in the Elite Eight. No, I'm just kidding. I think Marquette, because they're getting their star point guard back, is going to win. I do think McNeese beats Purdue.
Purdue sucks.
I think Tennessee beats Creighton.
That's going to be one of the better games of the season.
UConn, Lobos. Marquette. Tennessee. UConn, Marquette again. Marquette.
Marquette, baby. You got to do that.
Total points?
Yeah.
136.
It's a low-scoring game. It's a national championship. It makes sense.
No, that's not that
National
bad.
championships are always like...
That's not that bad.
lower. Actually, it's like 60-70. Yeah, that adds up. I'd say that's a believable national championship score.
Yeah, I'm entering this under the terrace. Submit bracket. And that's my... I'm not doing this. Never mind. But that's my bracket for the game.
That's a crazy bracket. You'll see mine.
Sure.
I think my proudest bracket is...
To be clear, I haven't looked at any of the stats. I did that off pure vibe.
Yeah,
You picked Auburn?
They're a good team, dude.
No, they're not.
Here's the thing, dude. Statistically, I'm going off of...
Where do you have Tennessee?
Hold up. I got Tennessee losing round 2. I got them
To who?
UVA.
Oh my god. I mean, I know that's like very on brand for Tennessee. At the same time, I don't like it.
I got them losing to UVA or Colorado State. I don't even care who it
Colorado
is.
State, man.
And then I've Gonzaga beating Purdue because they...
Oh, so you're a homer.
You can't beat Gonzaga twice in 1 year. I do believe that, unless you're St. Mary's.
Yeah, I was like, did that not happen?
Clemson, I've got going really far on this one, then I do regret it, so I may change that later. But then I got Auburn beating Creighton in the championship.
That's an insane.
135.
Mine is going to be so wrong. But
I think this is a good one, too.
The Duquesne is going to go nuts.
Duquesne. There's no way Duquesne's winning anything.
Do you not believe in Duquesne at all?
Not at all, no. Duquesne is not a good upset pick. But on the 21st...
But we never thought St. Peter's was
Dude,
either.
in 2 days at 11:40 a.m.
Yeah.
We'll see. Duquesne, BYU.
The thing is like, Duquesne was speaking to me. If Duquesne wins, I'm literally going to be like, I'm the best there's ever been.
Dude, I got that 12-11 matchup, James Madison, NC State.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it starts in 2 days.
This is the first year in probably 10 years of making brackets that I didn't have Gonzaga win at all.
Yeah.
In none of my brackets, and I've made like 8. Does Gonzaga win?
Did I have Tennessee in the championship?
No.
Good.
You had Marquette. And
Good.
Connecticut. Connecticut is by far the best team in the nation. Let's be totally clear. But there hasn't been. Yes. They're the only good team that hasn't lost recently.
I think that this was.
But there hasn't been a repeat champion since Billy Donovan at Florida.
This was simply off vibe.
Yeah, honestly, that's fair.
And a little bit of Tennessee bias.
Brooke did some kind of crazy research to make a bracket. She was on TikTok listening to all these basketball people. She looked at the average number of upsets there are here. It's 11.5. So she picked 12 upset picks. She picked all of the 9 seeds to win except for Nebraska, because Nebraska's a good team, and statistically 9s win all the time.
But you can't, she's going to be so wrong, because, you can't ever...
You can't trust the pure numbers.
You can't,
but that's a really well-done bracket, man. I'm genuinely surprised that she had it in her to do that.
I genuinely believe that the more, research you put into a bracket, the worse it is.
It's going to get, yeah. That's why I made, 10, because,
I think if you make more than one, you're kind of a loser.
Hey, man.
I think
this is the first year I've made more than 2. Okay?
I think 2's fine.
Yeah, two's
you have to have
I did this one, but I kind of want to change that.
You have to have a homer bracket and a non-homer bracket. That wasn't my homer bracket. My homer bracket has Tennessee winning the whole thing.
Tennessee's not going to win the whole thing, sadly.
I think Tennessee could win the whole thing.
Who did Tennessee just lose to?
Mississippi State.
That's crazy.
It was the coldest insane. I've ever seen Tennessee look. To be clear, though, this is the first time...
Didn't Dalton Connect still have 40?
No. Dalton Connect was terrible. Yeah, he wasn't terrible, but nobody could shoot. It's fine. I believe wholeheartedly that this is the first year that Tennessee could win it.
Yeah, this is easily the most well-built Tennessee team ever.
We have somebody if we need a bucket...
They have to be, every single one in the Ken Pom era has been top 44 adjusted offense, top 21 adjusted defense. Tennessee's always top 5, 10 defense. They're always 100, 130 offense. They're 20 offense.
It's because of Dalton Connect.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I don't think Rick Barnes is a national championship coach, but I think Dalton Connect may be the greatest player in college basketball.
I think he is. The thing is
I don't know who else you would give the player of the year to.
They're giving it to Zach Edey.
Oh.
But he'll be number 2 in voting.
Yeah, that's going to be good. I like that. I'm excited.
Anyway,
Anyways...
This has been Show Em The Dore.
Let me know your picks. Let me know if Duquesne's gonna win it all. We're transferring there.
Do I have that? Do I have them go to the Elite Eight?
I believe you do.
They're going all the way, man.
Duquesne, they're gonna lose first round.
They might. And my bracket picks are gonna. It'll be fine. I'm not that worried. But with that being said, all the way from the Curve Center Studios here in Nashville, Tennessee, this has been Show Em The Dore. Bye, guys.